fire has a place in the ecosystem. The natural evolution, you know, that we've kind of threw off balance over the last 100 years of our management that we're trying to correct a little bit. That the wildland-urban interface really throws fire managers and these firefighters into that tough situation, because while you're the homeowner and that's all the stuff you have, I mean, that's all your stuff, is it really worth losing a firefighter's life over? So how do we find that balance? And how do we get people to understand? And again, I go back to Covey and seek first to understand and then be understood. How do we share that information in the two different communities, from the wildland fire side and to the public side? Because there's a story on each side. I guarantee you that the firefighters that are out there trying to draw that line in the sand to keep that fire out of your house, out of your community, out of your subdivision, those folks are giving it all they got, and many of them will stay there, and sometimes too long, and they barely get out, and some of them don't make it out. So trying to understand both sides of the stories, because there are many stories being told over the fire ground itself, over the overlay of the fire. Every day there's thousands of stories to be told about what's going on and why it's going on and how it's going on and how it impacts different elements. So again, to the public, try to understand where these folks are coming from, what their missions are, what they can and they cannot do. There are a lot of regulations that we have to live by and work by, and sometimes we can operate in a gray area, but many times it's definite black and white, how we can expend funds and certain things we can do. And again, thinking back to the public side, help us help you. You know, there is a lot of information on the internet about Firewise and how to protect your valuable asset that you have in the wildland-urban interface. Do your clearance. If you're in an area with little or no water supply, think about putting in a water tank. Collect your rainwater over the year and put a cistern in that we can draft water out of to help us help you save your asset. Be proactive. Get involved in your community. Support your local volunteers if you have a volunteer fire department. Support your local fire department. Support your local, Firewise initiatives in those urban interfaces. If you live in a city, you happen to live in the LA Basin, you live in Kansas City, you live in, Chicago, somewhere where there's no wildland-urban interface close to you in some areas, and you don't get out and recreate in the woods, and you see this on a TV, understand that these men and women that are out there doing this, it's their livelihood, and they're putting their life on the line to do that, because fire is very unpredictable at times. We think we know what's going to happen, but it fools us in many cases. When we average 9 fatalities a year in the wildland fire community, and that has a huge ripple effect throughout the community as a whole. So be involved, get involved, find out what you can do.